G'day folks, Sapper here with another World of Warships video. Welcome to BLUF, or Bottom Line Up Front. A series where I review ships but give you the need to know first thing and the in-depth meat further on. Think of it as a ship review video but with a TLDR. In this video I review the Tier 6 Royal Navy Heavy Cruiser, Devonshire. The bluff for Devonshire is that she is a good generalist with limitations. She has short range that can be very challenging for some players, leading to poor positioning choices that send them back to port. More skilled players will be able to work with Devonshire's versatility and good concealment to perform well in a wide range of conditions. Do not mistake Devonshire's lack of a niche flavour for mediocrity. She can be a monster with some practice and finesse. And now, onto the meat. Devonshire is a decent all-round heavy cruiser. In almost every regard she is average, the exceptions being good concealment and poor range. She is fairly generic to play, being able to do a little bit of everything without fitting into a niche. In that regard, many players will find her boring or call her mediocre. The combination of all her mediocre facets actually makes her a good all-rounder in the hands of a flexible or more advanced player. Sadly, players with basic or intermediate skill levels may struggle thanks to her main battery range. At 14 kilometers, she has one of the shortest ranges of any Tier 6 cruiser, most having between 15 or 16.5 kilometers. This can make it hard for players to stay at a safe distance to avoid incoming fire, and if lacking situational awareness, they will often get caught out of position and punished. This range limitation is balanced by her 10.1 km concealment with Concealment Expert. Using Devonshire's good concealment, better players can abuse her good alpha strike to ambush enemies or intermittently HE spam at range. For any player, a flexible mindset and playstyle maximises Devonshire's potential. Playing Devonshire as a mid or top tier is generally fairly forgiving. However, the moment you start seeing significant numbers of Tier 8 ships, she begins to get exponentially more difficult thanks to her poor range. This difficulty curve will impact lesser skilled players far more than advanced ones, and could make for a difficult grind. Thankfully, Devonshire is one of the few Tier 6 cruisers in the game with a heal, and she has enough armour, health and concealment that you can often get very good use out of it. Her heal, in combination with her respectable guns, will mean that you often outtrade enemy cruisers. So now for the build. For modules, make sure you pick up her range module first. You'll really need it, and if I'm honest, it's even worth spending free XP on if you have it available. After that, pick up the hull. For consumables, premium repair, then heal, then DFAA or hydro, your choice, but I suggest hydro. For upgrades, start with main battery mod 1, as Devonshire loses turrets a lot. I run engine room mod on slot 2, however Damcon 1 is perfectly good as well, and Devonshire doesn't need the engine room mod as much as lower tier cruisers. Next, I get aiming systems in slot 3. And finally, the big and important one you'll want before you try anything open water is rudder shift. Devonshire isn't a complete slug in the agility department, but she suffers from the same long stern, flat citadel armour scheme common with most Royal Navy cruisers. That setup means that you can eat a lot of pens and citadels through your ass, and the rudder shift mod just gives you that little bit of extra wiggle. Now to captain skills. A point to note up front is you really want a 10-point captain for Devonshire. She really does lean on her concealment at times. Preventative maintenance or priority target for your first point is up to you. However, for some reason Devonshire has her turrets knocked out all the time, and this is common in Surrey as well. So just keep that in mind when you make the choice. Then pick up Adrenaline Rush, because DPM. Then pick up Demo Expert or Superintendent, it's your choice. If you struggle with HP, go to Superintendent, or if you want more DPM, go Demo Expert first. You'll want both for your 13 points anyway. To complete your 10-point captain, pick up Concealment Expert. As I mentioned earlier, for your 13 points, pick up Demo Expert or Superintendent, whichever you didn't get the first time round. To complete the captain, I recommend Expert Loader, and then in any order, Expert Marksman, Jack of all trades, and Priority Target. This build works particularly well once you hit Surrey and further up as you pick up Spotter Plane. For legendary commanders, the Dunkirk brothers with buff jack-of-all-trades and expert marksman are excellent choices for the Royal Navy heavy cruiser line, from Devonshire up. Cunningham is situationally useful, but more optimal on Royal Navy destroyers or battleships. The full bottom line is that Devonshire is a good generalist, but needs to be played within her limitations. She is a definite upgrade from Hawkins and an adequate instructor for Surrey, albeit with painfully short gun range. Her short range can be very challenging for basic or intermediate players and lead them to making poor positioning choices that are easily punished. If you think you may be in this category, you'll probably do best playing a defensive role while being behind an island waifu to block line of sight. More skilled players will be able to work with Devonshire's versatility and good concealment to perform well in a wide range of conditions. The trick with Devonshire is the same as most generalists. Play to your enemy's weaknesses, not to your own strengths. So how does Devonshire compare for noobs or skilled players? For the noobometer, 4 out of 10. Devonshire is trickier to play than most thanks to her range, but she has a heal to make things a little easier. For the skillometer, 8 out of 10. She has a versatile kit with good concealment that has a lot of potential for outplaying individual opponents. My recommendation is to free XP her range module, pick up the rudder shift upgrade, and play through Devonshire properly to learn her ins and outs. She's a decent ship that will teach a player new skills or refine existing ones. Hope you enjoyed this BLUF, folks. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about Devonshire or this video. Next up is Surrey, and things keep getting better for the Royal Navy heavy cruiser line, so keep an eye out for that one. Take care, folks, and I'll catch you in the next one.